Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the same famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search from my site. This is my first Google Hangout on air with Adam. I had him live moments ago, and I meant to connect him prior to going live. So if I cancel this, then get him on the line, and then start a new one, then get him on the line, and then go live, that would be the right way to do it. However, Adam, are you there? Oh, awesome.
We're live.
So Adam, I did the Howdy Doody thing, and I just want to tell you what else I've done. I explained that what I should have done is got you on the line and then go live, but I'll do that better next time.
Better late than never.
Right. So what's happening right now is Google is flipping back and forth between our screens, and I'm not going to mess with the tech. I think there's a better way to do it, but just instead, I'm going to turn your camera off, or you can turn your camera off, Adam.
How?
See, it's flipping back and forth. All right, Adam, let's just leave it how it is.
The camera's off.
Okay. So now the image we have is going to be New York City, subterranean. I'm at Fulton Station. This is the A train platform. It's also the C train platform. So, and it's Friday, rush hour. So we're going to have some people moving. So this is, probably a little more visually stimulating than the home office of Adam Strom in Tempe, Arizona, in his apartment.
Slightly.
Or the home office of Tom Duty in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. So anyways, what I would like to talk about, Adam, is some conversation that matches our keywords. The idea is that people, if we do this as a series, search engines are going to send people to this. I've already begun to see that myself. I think we can accelerate that greatly, and we can accelerate it even more by spending some money. But we should get some results for free before we start spending money. That's my theory. So basically what we want to include on this is some relevant discussion that people who are searching for something about credit card debt would find as matches or some complement to what they're looking for at the time they search for credit card debt. So with that, Adam, let me start. As middle-aged receptionist, I cover your phones from 9 to 11 in Eastern time. And so let's talk about a couple of your clients and what happened this week. 2 calls that I remember. One, she was just nervous. And it turns out that she's in Florida, and I talked to you about her file. By my estimation, she has no reason to be nervous. She's got like 6 accounts, 5 of them are settled. So what is it, Adam? I always thought the clients got calmer when they began to see their debt settled. So what has happened with this client?
Well, Nancy B., the client in question, is a nervous person in general. So until everything is settled, she's going to remain nervous.
And you, nervous person in general, do you think there will be calm when it's complete, or that she's no longer your client? So I guess it doesn't matter. But
exactly my point.
Yeah. So okay. So now this woman is a psychologist. So let's play psychologist on her for a moment. During the course of her, I assume something like a 3-year program, did she start getting calmer as she saw debts getting settled?
For a short period, she was calm. And then she got papers in the mail that were threatening, and she immediately went into hyper nervous mode again.
All right. So, and what were those papers? Anything?
It was a simple collection letter, and when my representative Robert contacted the creditor. We ended up resolving it at 30%.
Okay, so Adam, when you and I are talking and we have other listeners, I certainly know what a collection letter is. More importantly, I know what it isn't. What it isn't is a threat of legal action. A threat of legal action is different and more advanced and a little more urgent and sometimes problematic. This is correct?
Correct.
So did this Florida psychologist get any of did she get lawsuits through the program?
She has not gotten lawsuits. No, we have managed to settle her debt in a timely fashion and avoid summonses.
Okay, so this, I mean, other than the client being nervous, this is certainly, I think you have enough, there's one more debt to settle, and I think you have enough money to do that in her reserves. Am I correct?
More than enough.
More than enough. So, so this, other than the nervousness of the client, that might be part of her makeup forever. It just happens to be that she's nervous about debt, and perhaps she's a mother and she'll be nervous about her kids when she can no longer be nervous about her debt. But nonetheless, this is a successful client by your description.
Without a doubt.
Okay. And let's play psychologist for a minute. If this Florida psychologist were chatting with a neighbor, what do you think she'd say? Would she say Adam and his amigos suck? Or would he say Adam is a hero?
She would probably consider me just below a hero.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say about the Florida psychologist? I want to move on to the other one.
Calmed her down on many an occasion. No, move on to the other woman.
Okay. So, Adam, the second call is interesting because, again, a nervous client. Just if we do have listeners, I'm Tom Duty. I've designated myself middle-aged receptionist. I answer Adam's phone, 866-516-1985, from 9 to 11 on Monday through Thursday. So the people that call at that time of day doing something about their debt is not only on their list of something to do, but it's something that they're doing in the first 2 business hours of the East Coast. And Adam, both my calls this week, the only 2 that I remember, they were both East Coast people. Certainly Florida was. I can't remember the other one.
Colorado.
Oh, so that's even earlier. That's their time zone would be 2 hours, right? So she was calling. I think maybe I got her at 10. So we're talking about 8 o'clock in the morning. This woman wakes up 8 o'clock in the morning and she's calling. So anyone that talks to the middle-aged receptionist is generally nervous. So I've got 2 clients this week, both of them nervous. Now this one has a charmed program as I see it. She was fortunate enough to not be delinquent when she started the program. And I explained to her, I said, you haven't given me any reason to be nervous. It sounds like you're not hearing back from Adam's office as quickly as you'd like to, but everything you have said to me says you have no reason to worry. So I know you then talked to, I told her she could treat me as a full-time employee, even though she's not. I explained that you, Adam, pay me in the event I need to do additional work later outside of my part-time hours. And so she could call me. Now, she never called me, and I assume that's because you did. What did you tell her, and why was she nervous? Should she have been, for good reason, or was she another one like the Florida psychologist?
Well, Julaine P., the new client in question, had better reason to be nervous. She had received a summons.
Okay.
And in the state of Colorado, wage garnishment is 75% of your net pay. So she had good reason to worry. But as you had stated, she started her program in a timely fashion, has missed no payments, and we do have enough that we can likely get a deal before this becomes an issue.
Yeah, no, Adam, what I remember, and I am speaking from memory, in the program, she has an $18,000 debt. I think that's her biggest. And
Correct.
this lawsuit is for like 1,000. Are those numbers right or close?
It's one of her smallest debts enrolled in the program.
So this is what you and I have become to think is normal, but and when we got into this business, it was clearly abnormal. It's completely illogical that 18,000 would be allowed to be delinquent this long without a lawsuit, but yet they're using the justice system to chase $1,000. Help me understand that. It's completely crazy, Adam. Why do the creditors behave that way?
It is crazy. I mean, all of Miss P's, the second client that you're speaking of, all of her creditors have been informed that we represent her, that we'd like to work something out, and that she does want to repay her debt, but she can only afford to repay a percentage of it.
Right.
Without going bankrupt. This creditor in particular has decided, well, in that case, we're going to sue her. Like that'll somehow magically make money appear in her account to pay them, which it won't. We have provided her legal representation. An attorney will be there to defend her if this does go to court.
So, Adam, how does this make sense? This is what clients, I know as a telemarketer, helping people understand the program and deciding if their needs match the program. But one of the things that they just can't understand is I don't have enough money to pay my debt. How am I going to have enough money to pay an attorney and my debt? And what you've just said is there's someone chasing her for $1,000 and now she's got a professional, well-paid attorney in the state of Colorado showing up on her behalf. This doesn't make sense, Adam. How is it that there's money to pay an attorney when she doesn't have enough money to pay her debt? Now she's going to pay an attorney and her debt. What are you guys, Harry Potter and Hermione Granger? Are you working magic? How does this work?
First of all, it's Hermione, but
Hermione, I think is the right way. But
no, it's Hermione. Trust me, I'm a huge fan of the Harry Potter series.
I'm a childhood playmate with J.K. Rowling, but go ahead.
All right, that's fine. No, what we have is we have a deal with a nationwide law firm to represent our clients. We pay a very small amount to have that representation because we have so many clients. And so they accept a smaller amount than usual in order to give representation. So she will be represented as part of her program. She has paid fees toward that representation. It's part of the fees we charge the client. And a well-prepared, licensed attorney will represent her in this case to give her the time she needs to have enough money to settle. But she has enough money to settle this immediately. This is not a big account, as you said. We're more worried about her $18,000 account and putting together enough money to offer a decent settlement on that one.
Yeah, so why bother sending an attorney to a $1,000 lawsuit? Why don't you just make an out-of-court settlement and be done with it? She's paying $1,000.
No, because they're being slightly hard-nosed about it. They don't want to accept the offer we've made. Now, she owes them $1,000. In reality, when she stopped paying on the card, she only owed $622. They've added interest and fees to bring it to $1,000. But we went back and offered them $600, which is basically what she really owes them, and they said no.
Oh, okay. So, but to add to my question is why not? Because the creditor won't allow it. But
well, the creditor is being obstinate, but I wouldn't say they won't allow it. The odds are very strong that they will accept it before the court date.
Yeah. So why don't they?
Oh, because every creditor and every collection agency believes that every client has $1 billion and could pay the whole debt tomorrow if they wanted to. And that's just a fact. They believe every client has the means to pay off, no matter how big the debt is, to pay it off tomorrow if they really wanted to.
So, all right, Adam. So let's move on. You have obviously, this client hasn't called me, so you've obviously done something with her that.
Yes, we are working on it.
And she rests. All right, let's move on, Adam. I'm going to close this with kind of explaining who you are and title and contact information. But I got to start with this way. You're a legitimate business. You don't have a website, KPASA.
Our newest website, we took our old one offline due to a problem we had with one of our affiliates who is no longer with us. We've let go of him. I did not like his business practices. So we are building a brand new website, and it should be up and running within the next 6 to 7 business days.
And that website, do you know the URL yet?
www.financialrescuers.com.
Okay. And I will put that in the contact, in the text associated with this video. And Adam,
right now it's parked if you were to go to it, but it will soon be open.
Okay. So given the status of that website, you would advise me to put the link in there? I'll put a note that says it's under construction. How about that?
Okay, that's fine.
All right. And then I describe you as a founding partner and managing partner of the servicing center in Tempe, Arizona. Is that appropriate, or you want something else?
That is appropriate.
All right. And I'll put your email address as an interim until you have a website. So that'll be astrom@myfinancialrescuers.com.
Correct.
So now you got it.
We personalized our email.
But now you're not synced with your domain. You got My Financial Rescuer on email address. You have financialrescuers.com on your website. Is that going to stay that way?
Actually, our email is personalized so that people remember it there. So the emails are set up to myfinancialrescuers.com.
My Financial Rescuer. So Astrom at My Financial Rescuers. I'm going to put the office's main number, which is the one I answer from 9 to 11 on Monday through Thursday, and that is 866. That's toll free, 866-516-1985. All right, Adam, what else if we were fortunate enough to get some listeners, what would you want them to know?
Our fax number is 347-435-2552. It's another way of reaching us.
That's Adam. I'll put that on also. Adam, that's the my fax number?
That is the my fax number, yes.
Okay. All right, so fax and email.
What I would like them to know is we charge nothing to ascertain whether or not you're eligible for a program like this, and how little you could pay to relieve the debt that may be stressing out your household.
Right. Right. Yeah, I know, Adam.
It definitely pays to just give us a call. We're not going to try to sell you something. We're actually going to analyze whether or not we are able to help you. And if we don't feel we're able to help you, we won't take you as a client.
Right. Like some companies would. So, Adam, in general, you are part of an industry that has an earned bad reputation for scams, but currently it's pretty cleaned up, right? You're among other good companies servicing their clients, right? Or are you still Our
industry has been more than cleaned up. In fact, we don't take any fee for our company until we've settled a debt for you.
Right.
We don't get paid till after we do the work.
Right. All right. So, Adam, the other thing I want to mention is Adam is seeking clients, of course, and let's do baby steps, seeking conversations with people who might want to consider his services. That may or may not yield a client. And the other thing you're seeking, and that's what I want to solicit contacts about, is affiliates. I'm especially interested in foreign-based affiliates in the telemarketing capitals of the world, which are Bangalore, India, Chennai, India, Manila, Philippines, and Cebu, Philippines. And again, those are the telemarketing capital of the English-speaking world. And
I'm also seeking affiliates stateside. Anyone who comes across can use our help. It wouldn't hurt if they gave me a call and I would explain our referral program and how much money they can earn just by referring clients to us. Right.
So yeah, we haven't ruled out the United States. Thank you. Very good point, Adam. My number is 302-990-2346. That's my office phone. And nearlincoln@hotmail.com. Anything else, Adam?
No, just want to wish anyone who might have heard or is listening or will listen to this in the future a good weekend. It happens to be late on a Friday.
Yes, and this is a strategic time I've chosen because I've always, ever since I've known Jews, celebrate Shabbat. Unlike most religions don't look tempting. They don't look appealing as an outsider. You know, as a Catholic, we had to kneel in church. And as an outsider, you might look and say, well, these people are seated they're kneeling right in front of a seat. Why don't you sit on the seat? Well, we don't because you kneel. And it makes sense to Catholics, but it would seem to not make sense to others. And that's...
I know how you feel because we don't eat ham and cheese.
Right. So that's the opposite of how I feel about Shabbat. So Friday at sundown, to me, this is sort of a human rhythm that seems to make sense for me. So as an outsider, a non-Jew, either ethnic Jew or practicing religious Jew, I look at Shabbat as an attractive religious practice, which is often not seen that way from the outside. But I'm an outsider looking at it. And so this is a pleasure for me to do something with a Jewish man who does not deny his heritage, although he's not so Jewish in practice, to do something to honor this wonderful, long time, ancient, old tradition of Shabbat. So Friday at sundown, I'm underground, so I don't know if it's set yet. I know that it hasn't based on the clock, but by the time I get above ground, it probably will have. From New Jersey.
I can't believe how empty Fulton Street is at this hour.
Yeah, I'm down at the end of the platform, Adam, and the train's load
That's
at the other end. Fulton runs east-west across Manhattan, and I'm all the way here, Adam. I'll give you a tour. I'm all the way at the end of the platform.
Oh boy, I see it.
The people who are rushing
been on that platform
with the frequency of trains, they almost all board before anyone gets down here.
I've been on that platform, and I know where you are now that you showed me the picture.
Well, this is the one that's now tied into Fulton Center, and I know that's something you don't know. That's new since you moved to Philadelphia.
Yes, but I've actually been in the new Fulton Center.
Oh, you have? Yeah, it's beautiful.
When I traveled from Philly to New York. But the station is still the same. It's now connected via tubes to the rest of Fulton Center.
Yeah, it's remarkable. I don't know how they did it. What a retrofit.
It
So,
took a
Adam,
long time to do it.
If we're fortunate enough to get any listeners on this, Adam and I have planned Friday, Shabbat. This is how we're going to celebrate. Maybe one of these days we'll bring a menorah. Until then...
I doubt that highly. But
from NYC Subterranean, Tom Duty, middle-aged American, with Adam Strom, founding partner and managing partner of the Tempe, Arizona Financial Rescuers Service Center. Ciao, amigo. Que tenga un buen fin de semana. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Igual.